Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And I hate that Hard Knocks was delayed about an hour and 15 minutes. But it is what it is. Episode 2, I just got concluded watching it. And it's time for me to give my reaction to it. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Now, one thing that I was kind of coming into this episode expecting or kind of wanting them to do is highlight a little bit of the defensive side of the ball, which they did, giving Jaylon Johnson some spotlight, which I honestly think he deserves. He got basically nixed off the top 100 list along with DJ Moore. But at the end of the day, I am glad that he was able to get this spotlight. He was able to get some attention that rightfully deserved. The guy is coming off an all-pro Pro Bowl season, for Christ's sakes, and he still didn't make the 100 list. I don't know why, but I did do a reaction on that. But some of the things that they highlighted in this episode was the Jonathan Owens trip to Paris to see his amazing wife, Simone Biles, capture 3 golds and the silver in the 2024 Paris Olympics. And I'm kind of sorry I didn't touch on that in the last episode reaction, but it's just kind of great to see that, number one, the Bears even let him go and experience that. And it was kind of funny that he goes to Paris to get a burger and French fries when he goes there. How American. How American. But it is good that he was able to go experience that trip and really have a good time supporting his wife. Now, another thing that they did, they highlighted Odunze and some of the things that he was going and working on throughout training camp. And I will say, that singing of Odunze in the Chris Brown song, that was absolutely hilarious. I mean, it is typical for especially rookies in the NFL to do like singing or impersonation type things, as we seen in the Shannon Sharp Hard Knocks clip from like the year 2001, and we seen it last week with Theo Benedict. And speaking of Theo Benedict, it's funny that he got a whole like update when he was talking about a 40-year-old woman came up to him and was talking about his legs and the things. And he got a interview request from People Magazine. It's crazy how much that singing and the whole thing in last episode ended up giving him a lot of attention. It still sucks that he ended up getting hurt in the first preseason game. But at the end of the day, it is good to see a little bit of a spotlight on some of the young guys like Ian Wheeler. And it looks like he was being coached hard, and I appreciate the fact that he was being coached hard. And it looks like the guy has talent. The guy has some really good speed. His hands kind of suck. According to the training camp footage, his hands are kind of trash. But another thing they did spotlight, and I posted a short about it from my reaction to the actual Bills game, was the whole transition of trying to get Velus Jones adjusted to the running back position. That was another thing I kind of wanted to see in this episode, was where they're going to even talk about the things of them being highlighted of Velus Jones transitioning a bit to a running back. I'm glad that they kind of put a spotlight on that in this game. And Austin Reed, another person that they kind of spotlighted in training camp. And it's kind of weird how the training camp reps go as far as quarterbacks, because 9 times out of 10 they don't see a lot of them in training camp practice, because they're focusing on the first and second string guys, because majority of those guys are the ones that are already going to be on the roster, the 53-man roster term regular season. And he's one of those guys that's kind of on the bubble, along with Ian Wheeler. And you can kind of say Velus Jones too if he doesn't get his hands together. But Another thing that they spotlighted was the guys having family time, whether it was Keenan Allen spending time with his wife and his children, whether it was DJ Moore with his fiance and his children, and that ice cream place. That was I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of the Museum of Ice Cream before. But then again, I will be honest with you guys, I am not big on desserts. I'm not an ice cream person to even begin with. I'm more on the pizza, burger, and chicken side of things. I'm not big on desserts, and the Museum of Ice Cream is kind of an interesting place. It is kind of weird that they had a relish Chicago-style hot dog type of ice cream thing, which it looks like DJ Moore and his daughter Aubrey didn't like them. And then they had the little pool in the back. It looked like some little sticks or something. It was kind of cool to see the whole thing and experience. It may be a place I might have to actually Google and check out for myself. I probably won't eat too much ice cream because, like I said, not really an ice cream person. At the end of the day, it was good to see that it's a different side of some of these players outside of football. They didn't focus too much on Caleb, which I kind of like. I mean, Caleb is already getting all the spotlight from the performance that he did against the Bills, which I will leave that reaction in the cards above. I won't be getting too much into that game. They did highlight Austin Booker as well, which I love to see because, like I pointed out in my reaction video, I love the things I've seen from him. And I like the fact that they kind of looked at Odunze, even though he didn't have a catch in that game. It looks like he's putting in the work to be a very good receiver in this league, and him and Caleb Williams is getting that chemistry together. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from them. And the most part of this episode, I think, was more focused on a lot of the young players. I thought Colin Johnson would have got a little bit more focus, but he didn't really perform well. Or I'm not noticing did he even play last week against the Bills. But at the end of the day of this episode, I enjoyed it, even though HBO made it late. So I got some work to do with them, if you know what I'm talking about. But it is a good episode. Still, I'm looking forward to see what happens between now, preseason game Saturday against the Bengals at Soldier Field, and Tuesday's episode. And it better be on time. I can pretty much tell you that. It better be on time. But that is all I got. I don't want to make this thing longer than what it is because it's already a little late. I already got to get up to go to work at 12 o'clock in the morning. But at the end of the day, good episode. I think the first one it's always that first episode that gets you. And if you're Bears fans like me, and I know you guys are Bears fans, most of you guys who have watched the channel are Bears fans, you're going to enjoy it and you're going to watch it anyway. So I do like the fact that they pointed out some of the things that Jonathan Owens enjoyed from this trip. I do like the fact that this team, it seems like it's one unit. I do like the fact that they focused on a little bit of the young guys, ones that may or may not make the roster, and Ian Wheeler and Austin Reed, and Velus Jones' transition from wide receiver to kind of being a running back and trying to do things to help this team win. And another thing before I close this is that I kind of like the fact that Matt Eberflus preaches turnovers. I kind of know he was probably doing that anyway, but I just like to see the fact that he wants turnovers because turnovers can change a ball game. And he's one of those coaches on the defensive side of the ball that preaches turnovers. And it looks like this Bears team is one of those teams that when they do good, they want more. And I love that. So at the end of the day, great episode. Looking forward to episode 3. And I'm also looking forward to preseason game on Saturday. I will see you guys later. Have a great next day, and I'll catch you guys then. Peace.